Greetings, people of Earth. How are you? Wow, it's Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday, and here we are. This is the monthly Sworn Club drawing. That's right, right back here, Sworn Club. Feast your eyes on it. It's a beauty, everybody. The Sworn Club is the official club for Coffin Comics. If you are a member of the club, you get a cool welcome kit, and you get 24-hour advantage on all news and 24-hour advantage on the great majority of all Coffin Comics promos. And I've been promising it, but we are actually going to be updating and tweaking and improving our general welcome kit. I shouldn't say what I was about to say, but expect some good stuff. So I encourage you to be part of the club. It's a lot of fun, and it's wonderful. Now today, behind us, you're going to see us. We're doing the official raffle. We do this every month, everybody. What we do is we just simply randomly pick out a lucky club member, their name and their last name from our active duty roster, and you're going to win some stuff. But that's not all that's going to happen today. Also, today we're going to do the Beer with Brian segment, and because it's after 5 p.m. here in Arizona, I will be drinking a beer. That is my rule. My rule is no alcohol before 5 p.m. unless it's a music festival. And if it's a music festival, all bets are off. Start with a Bloody Mary and get going. All right. So for the first person, I'm going to show you what we're gonna play for. You could win this cool Hell Witch by Jesse Witchman, the super rad Mike Chrome, or this check out that super great Murat Michaels homaging Witchblade. Would that be cool if Coffin Comics ever crossed over with like Witchblade, The Darkness, Magdalena, Cyberforce? I love those comics. That would be just a dream. So let's get into it. I'm going to pick the first person, and I'm going to say their first name and the initial of their last name. So let me see here. This is Kelly W. Kelly W. Kelly W. Kelly W. These goodies are for you, Kelly. Appreciate you. Now, you may also note that tomorrow we're actually going to launch an all-new Coffin launch called Mike Morg Evolution. This is the second chapter in the Mike Morg story. And look, I'm here to tell you a couple things. I know that Mike Morg is not going to sell as much as, let's say, tickets to a Marvel movie. But as you and I sit right here and right now, any of you who read chapter 1, and when you get chapter 2, I promise there is a point in this story that a tear will come to your eye. I also promise for somebody out there that Mike Morg will be your favorite comic book of your life. It's a promise. Not saying everybody, but I am telling you that I put heart and soul into this ultra-violent tale of brotherhood and comedy and insanity. So I invite you to back the campaign. I know we're known for the strong, empowered female characters, but I do have a background in doing stuff like Evil Ernie, Undead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Freddy, Chucky. I know the DNA of horror characters, and I infused it all into my newest teenage Frankenstein, Mike Morg. All right, that's me talking. How about we pick another person before we get too ahead of ourselves? Here we go. This is Chance G. Chance G, let's see what you're going to get. Check it out. Chance G, you're going to receive this super great Sun K Lady Death. Ooh, this cool Diego Bernard. I love this. This is Treacherous Infamy. And, hey, Pulido photo cover, photographed by Sean Esposito, who has a long history in my life. That's my very good friend. All right. That's pretty cool. What else is there to talk about? We just closed up the Late Death Immortal Deception. Got to thank each and every one of you who backed that one because it was robust, man. We hit our internal marks, and we thank you for that. We hit our backer total. We hit our financial total. It's great. We live to fight another day and maybe do other ridiculous things like maybe build a coffin out and back at HQ and have that thing on risers or something. I don't know. Don't get me started. Let me check out and see what's going on here. Eye of the Watcher says hello. Andre says, greetings from Portugal. Hello, Andre. How are you? Matt Stapleton saying, hey, sworn brethren. Matt, how are you? Mr. A says, sworn. And Matt Calhoun says, so excited for Mike Morg Chapter 2. Love the first chapter. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, man. We need some oxygen on this one. Tell a couple of friends about it. Share the love and the word about the wonderful Mike Morg. I love him. I probably infused more heart and soul into that particular story than a lot of them. It just kind of came out that way. I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that this weekend at Coffin Comics Compound, we're having the Mike DeBalfo, Marissa Pope Artist Celebration. And if you're in the greater Southwest, I cordially invite you to come on out. It's happening between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. at 40 West Brown Road in Mesa, Arizona, Suite 105. Park in the Lot A, which is on the east side of the compound. Come on out, check it out, get a tour. Many of the rooms will be open, including our conference room, the museum, the Brian Pulido archive, and other areas. Come on out. I could do a pro tip, even for OGs and locals. We raided the vault, and I pulled out some stuff to offer folks, or even just to take a look at, that date back to pre-Evil Ernie ever coming out. So some cool stuff I found in the vault, stuff for you to consider. Let's see here. Substitute Angel said, "What up, Sworn?" David Jones says, "Hello." And Andre says, "I recently managed to score the first issue of Lady Death, The Crucible, at the book fair." So all the way in Portugal, Lady Death, The Crucible made it out. I love hearing that. Thank you so much. Check it out. Next move, let's pick for one more lucky Sworn Club member, and let's see what we're going to play for. Ooh, I love this Azure version by Matt Meerhoff of Lady Death, Jesse Witchman, Cool La Muerta, and the Devil Lock. Devil Lock, boy, fun supporting character. Man, I could tell you, let's see, for 2026, I know that Devil Lock is actually going to play a role in a storyline from a character that's never had their own story, which will debut in April of next year. So let's pick a lucky Sworn Club member. It's going to go something like this. That person is Travis B. Travis B, this one is for you. So that you're going to get all those goodies, Travis. I see over here that Solomon is excited for Lady Death Pirate Queen. That's a fun one. Pirate Queen is rad. Amazing sets of covers, the interiors, 46 pages of pirate madness. Matthew Stapleton, Devil Lock does need his due. He totally needs his due, man. I would love to have a whole line of dude monster books, We do need the support for that to happen. Well, thanks for tuning into this part. We are about to show you a video of Mike Morg, and then we're going to kind of come back and we're going to talk beer with Brian, which is an informal convo about pop culture observations. We're getting ready for that wonderful season, October, Halloween. I'm starting it already. I don't know about you. So stand by. Here we go. Be right back. This is Brian Pulido, creator of Mike Morg, and I'm presenting the all-new 48-page original graphic novel entitled Mike Morg Evolution. Narrowly escaping evisceration at the hands of the psychotic Rigsdale family, Mike Morg finds himself desperate and on the run. His metalhead friends have become killer monsters. His crush is a soul-sucking ghost girl, and his only ally is a wisecracking rat named Ratso. If he has any chance at survival, Mike must harness the dark power of his kill fists and face the Rigsdales head on. But can Mike defeat a cadre of kill-crazy freaks and finally avenge his family? Or will he fall prey to a mad scientist's twisted, unholy plot? It's a tale of gore-splattering ultra horror. Please back our campaign now and tell everyone you know. Thank you so much, you psychopaths. My microphone is live. Look at all that splatter-rific good times. Oh yeah, welcome back to Beer with Brian, where I'm actually drinking beer. And we're going to use this as an opportunity to talk about pop culture. So since it's after 5 o'clock, let me pop the beer. If you're out there and it's time for you, pop a beer or your favorite liquid. Corona is one of my favorites. I live out here in the great state of Arizona in the American Southwest, and Corona is the Budweiser of the Southwest, man. Ah, that's so good. Yeah, so A couple things to talk about in pop culture land. First, check this out. Take a notice. I did say that Mike Morg is coming, and he is my newest monster. But my first monster was Evil Ernie. So Evil Ernie #1's on display over here, and right next to it is Mike Morg, I guess a spiritual twin, let us say. Got to tell you, although they're both ultra-violent storylines and have some heart and some comedy, I would say that they're very different. Evil Ernie actually was evil, although misunderstood, and Mike Morg is actually an unwitting victim of his power, and in his story, he has to learn how to deal with it. So there is key differences there in the energy and all that stuff, but I did personally miss writing that kind of energy, you know, where it's just completely audacious, utterly insane, shouldn't happen in real life kind of story. And Mike Morg scratches that itch. I guess I just also was feeling kind of like telling a buddy story. So you have an element of that too. So yeah, Matt Stapleton says yin and yang. Let's see here. Mr. A said he just got his first Evil Ernie 9.4 from CGC. It's going to join his Grail of Ladeth and comics by you, sir. That's fantastic. Thank you. I also have an Evil Ernie #1 9.4. I don't have a 9.8, but I've signed a couple 9.8s in the last couple months, and it's been fun. I was actually at Tucson Comic-Con, and a gentleman brought over his Evil Ernie #1 9.8, and instead of cracking the slab, he had me just do this crazy remark all over it. And it was really fun because, you know, a marker plus that plastic thing, it's kind of like you're slip sliding all over the place. So let's see here. Cheers, everybody. Let's see here. I'm looking with a friend of mine to grade some cards when you get them. Fantastic. So pop culture ruminations. Also, this is an opportunity to ask me some questions about things going on with Coffin Comics. So fire away. I do have the comments up so I could see them. But in the meantime, I'm going to get started. So September officially kicks off Halloween viewing for me. So the first movie I watched was Omega Man, starring Charlton Heston. And that movie, I think, was released in 1971. Anthony Zerbe played John Matthias. And I 100% named Lady Death's father after that character, Matthias. First of all, I love the name, I love the character, I love the movie. But most of all, I love the source material. The source material for the Omega Man was a book called I Am Legend by the author Richard Matheson. And it is indeed one of my top 5 favorites. I love to reread it every so often. I'll probably reread it this month, also in honor of Halloween. I just think that book, I Am Legend, is the seismic shift in horror. I adore it. If you haven't read it, it's a brief story too. I highly recommend it. The first movie made based on that book was called The Last Man on Earth. It came out in 1962, starring Vincent Price, and it was made in Italy. And I believe that gives the movie an extra eerie feel. Now, Richard Matheson himself wrote the screenplay under a presumed name, and he disavowed the movie for some reason. But I got to tell you, I love that movie. It's next up on my list to watch. I don't know why he didn't like it, but I love it. And I believe that that movie plus the book I Am Legend were several of the progenitors that brought about the movie that is my favorite movie, Night of the Living Dead. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's kind of where I'm at in my pop culture. Let's see if you have any questions. Let's see. Have you checked out Wednesday on Netflix? Yes. I'm on season 2, episode 2. It's fun. There's no way around it. It's well produced. It's a lot of fun. The writers are great. I'm having a blast watching it. So I don't take it too seriously either, but I just enjoy it completely. Is it challenging to draw in the panels? Well, Solomon, let me be clear that I am the writer-creator of the characters, so you're going to have to address that to the artists. But I would say that the artists are craftspeople, and there comes a certain point in their career and their craftsmanship where they're just ready to rock. So it's probably not that tough for most of them. Look at Diego Bernard. I'd have to say, I don't think it's tough for Diego, or Joel Gomez. I don't think it's tough. So let's see here. Andre says, I like horror, but the current horror either can be scary or just lackluster. Andre, you're in Portugal, and right next to Portugal or nearby is Spain. And a movie came out of Spain called When Evil Lurks. If you haven't seen that, I really consider that a scary movie. Also, within the last couple of years, I consider the movie Talk to Me to be scary. I agree with you. Not all scary movies are scary, but I'm the sort of horror fan that understands I might see 100 horror movies to find one that I connect with at a deep and profound level, because it doesn't always happen. You know, we all like our different things. Some people like movies like Freddy Krueger, Stalker, slashers. I like end of the world situations that are gloved in horror. I like demonic possessions that are not necessarily rooted in religion. I like what I call invasive species horror. So that's anything that's not natural that comes after mankind. So that could range from zombies to plants to bacteria. So it's my own genre. I call it invasive species. I love that stuff the most. Let's see here. Slasher and demonic are great. There you go. Mr. Let's see here. What do you think of today's wrestling? I am not particularly contemporary on today's wrestling, candidly. So I'm probably not the right person to ask. Let's see here. Terrifier. David Jones says Terrifier. Terrifier is a lot of fun, quite dark, quite devoid of morality. So it is a challenge. There's no light and dark. There's just like dark, 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 dark. Art the Clown has a certain amount of glee. The super duper gore fan in me enjoys Terrifier. I just wonder where it's coming down morally, because it's really just, you are just festering in the gore, you know? So it's a challenge in that sense. You know, there's the glee of Art the Clown, who's murdering people, taking up to 20 minutes to chop them up, and like we're watching it. So it's as if you're being invited to watch murder. So I just kind of wonder sometimes, like, what the heck am I watching? Let's see here. Robert Fraga. Hey, Brian, it was great to see you both at SDC. Thanks for everything. It was really great to see you too, Robert. Thank you for the smiley keyring. Appreciate it. So while you and I are sitting here today, would you indulge me and let me show you some of the artwork that's coming out related to Mike Morg? Because let me be abundantly clear. My agenda is to try to enroll each and every one of you into Mike Morg. So hang on one second. I'm going to show you a bunch of the work. All right. And also, you may have heard there's that cool deal we have. So I'm going to show you some of the work from Mike Morg. First up, I am showing you character designs of Mike Morg's love interest. This is Autumn Carlisle. Don't get it twisted. This very innocent looking face belies the truth that she is a soul-sucking ghost. Mr. A says the Ratso edition is my go-to. Have to match the cover from the first. Absolutely. And Samantha, I'm so happy to hear you're excited. Jay Photos, who was a pal, really did an amazing job on Ratso. Here's our actual mad scientist, Dr. Rigsdale, and his beloved Rose. What really triggers everything to kick into action is that Rose is actually slowly dying. Dr. Rigsdale is trying to have command over death, and this triggers him to. He and his family, his father, his great grandfather have all been trying to do that. So that's when they come in contact with our guy Mike. Next up, here is some beautiful designs of Mike Morgana before. And then Robert Fraga says, she's gorgeous, take my soul. I don't need it anymore. That's exactly what she's going to do. She is a soul sucker. Another fun wrinkle in the story is that the only person who could see or hear Autumn is Mike. Check out Riley. Poor Riley. This is the guy who becomes Ratso. His brain is dumped into the body of a rat. A rat just like this one. In fact, this is the rat that inspired me to create Ratso. So yeah, that's Riley. Next up. Okay, here is Mike's two pals. And then, unfortunately, upon experimentation, they become this. And they are going up against Mike. The Watcher likes the character designs. Thank you so much. Yeah, frequently when we start a new series, we actually design everything out so that when the artist hits the page, they kind of know what they're drawing. Here's a cool compare. So here is a page from chapter 2. This is the actual art, and then here is the color. This is definitely a cool part of the story where Mike's pretty much had it, tired of getting like woofed on. Some more pages to give you a flavor of Morgue. Beautiful color. So this is Jose Luis as the artist. Colorist is Elmer Santos. Marshall Dillon is the letterer. Check out this cool page. Billy Raymond says, now I have to get these comics. The story sounds cool. Thank you. That's what I'm here to do, man. I've been being a salesman for my own stuff for many, many years. So here, I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to try to show you these individual panels, how great Jose Luis's work is. Look at that. That's some fun, excited stuff. Mike doing his thing. So it really is a little kid, but his hands are called kill fists, and they have soul-sucking energy. His body now requires human life force to survive, and it charges him up. But it only lasts for a certain amount of time. And then he charges down. It was so much fun creating Mike Morgue and writing Mike Morgue. So I really am grateful to backers to help us and me in particular to bring him to life. Some beautiful panels. And then you could tell here Mike Morgue's had it. He's coming to do some business. Yeah, Mike Morgue. So that is just a look. Again, one more look at Autumn, your future girlfriend, Robert Fraga. Yeah, she's great. I definitely wanted to make her very innocent, but there's points in the story where even Mike doesn't really see, like Mike's turned away and like she just takes these bodies and just sucks their souls out. A lot of fun. So yeah, there's a lot of Pulido trickery in there, some heart, some soul. I'd mentioned in the first part of the stream that I 100% guarantee that many of you will get to a point in the story and you will shed a tear. And if you do, tell me about it. And I also promise that for several people, Mike Morgue will be their favorite comic they've ever read. I absolutely guarantee it. Let's see here. Yeah, Robert says, yowza. Let's see here. So Billy Raymond, Mike Morgue reminds me of a little of a young Rob Zombie. I can see that. You know, within metal, you could see there's looks. How about the lead singer, Rob from Machine Head, that kind of feel? I did want to do a contrast. That's why, hang on one second. That's why I did a particular edition that is an homage to Hulk 102. I wanted to let people know that Morgue is a transforming character, and he goes from like an 18-year-old thin body type metalhead to like a 26-year-old super yoked, jacked looking metalhead. So yeah, Matt Calhoun, I'm definitely adding that Mike Morgue t-shirt to my pledge. Let me let you in on a secret. I'm making this shirt because I want this shirt. So I hope many of you want it like I do, because let's just wear our Mike Morgue shirts. I'm really excited about it. So look, if you guys had any more questions about what's coming up, I just want to wrap this great stream up by thanking you for being here. Also for encouraging you to come on down to our Coffin compound. Make no mistake about it, this place is a compound, and check it all out. You are invited. If not, please be online. Grab some goodies at www.coffincomicsshop.com. They go live at 9 a.m. for club members and 10 a.m. for the general public. I want to thank you so much, each and every. Let's see here. What is coming after 2025? It's 2026. What I can tell you is this. We're not going to get into the details of 2026 for a while, but I'll offer you this perspective. Not only is Coffin Comic working on stories and comics for 2026, we are already deep into 2027, and we have plans for beyond that. We actually have plans in writing that go up to 2029. So, but we are actually executing story. All the stories of 2026 are complete, except for the Hell Witch story, and we are embarking on 2027 shortly. And I know the broad outlines of where all the characters are going. So again, I want to thank you so much. Let's see here. Marine Corps cover details. I know more branches have been released. Devil Dog ready for it. Mr. A, we are aligning all of the armed forces birthday releases with their actual birthday within a week or so. So you could expect it right during the actual birthday. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been a blast spending some time with you. I hope you have a great, let's see here, it's Wednesday. well, I invite you back tomorrow. We're actually going to do a pre-launch party for Mike Morg at 5:30 Pacific Daylight Time, and we actually launched the Coffin Launch campaign at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So I want to thank you so much for joining in. Y'all have been great. I've been Brian Pulido. Holler at you later.